Welcome to the Arborea Institute, or the Medium Cool Show. Yeah, today we're going to be talking about Beyond the Black Rainbow, written and directed by the one and only Panos Cosmatos.
Another dude, we just talked about Osgood Perkins, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of blowing up right now with long legs, but this is a guy that...
is not blowing up.
Not blowing up that should, dude. He deserves this. He fucking puts out killer movies.
Yeah, he's underrated as fuck.
Somehow, yeah.
He's underrated as fuck. He's in my top 3 most underrated directors that should be working today, that work today.
Yeah. I mean, he's coming out with a movie with Kristen Stewart and Oscar Isaac.
Is he actually doing it?
I think so. It's like in production, or in pre-production.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, Beyond the Black Rainbow, Mandy, and then even his episode of...
Cabinets of Curiosity.
Yeah, Cabinets of Curiosity. Guillermo del Toro was the best one by far. Mm-hmm. It's so fucking sick.
Yeah, you guys probably have heard of him through Mandy. That's
one of my favorite films of the 2010s.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
Such a good movie, dude. He is the son of...
George P. Cosmatos.
Yeah, who did Tombstone.
Cobra.
Oh, he did Cobra, that's right, dude.
Yeah.
That's right. God bless you. Anyway, Panos Cosmatos. Fucking love this guy, dude. Such a fucking cool-ass aesthetic director.
Yeah.
Another dude with great aesthetic sensibility and really crafts an amazing vibe. And I love just the through line of a lot of his things are just like these grimy LSD trips. And he really tries to induce that on the audience. Mm-hmm. Basically, the story of this movie is this young girl... It's like it evolved, like it kind of reveals itself over time. Nothing's really like confirmed. There's not a lot of dialogue.
It's a slow, hypnagogic trance trip. If you know like the backstory, you know that George P. Cosmatos directed Tombstone, and this film is a catharsis for the death of his dad and the death of his mom. Mm-hmm. Panos Cosmatos, because he took the residuals from Tombstone to fund this film.
Damn.
And this film is like a catharsis because his dad died in like the mid 2000s. His mom died of like cancer in the late 90s. And he said that when his dad died, it like all compounded in like a serious depression, and like he was like had like a drug habit and like was like drinking a lot. Like he was like just in a really self-destructive path, and then he made this movie as a catharsis, and like almost also a little bit of a homage to like his dad's work, because his dad has that like occult red style to him as well, which is like you can really see that in this picture.
Oh dude, it gets so red. 35 fade to red, dude.
35 millimeter.
This is shown 35. Dude, this movie looks so sick, and like I said, like the vibe is so hypnotic and cool. But yeah, dude, like that's so sick. I didn't know any of that stuff. That's what we do on the Medium Cool Show. But this is a very, very low budget film.
It was $1 million.
You can tell that it was shot like in Lancaster or something.
Canada. It was shot in Canada.
It was shot in Canada.
It's a Canadian movie. Yeah, he's Canadian.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, his dad is Canadian, his mom is Italian, Swedish, Greek, or it was some crazy mix, but I know he's Canadian. This movie is shot in like Ontario or some shit. What were you saying?
Go off, dude. Go off. I was just saying it looks super low budget. Like there's like only a couple sets in this. Not all the actors are equal. Not everyone is at some of the levels of the like that lead dude. You know?
Oh, that guy's amazing. He's
he's amazing.
He's like.
Yeah, he's like
having an orgasm.
This is my impression of him. Elena.
But his tongue is so sharp looking.
Yeah. I like when like he gets home to his wife and she's like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "Nothing's wrong." She's like, "Fuck."
Yeah. What's standing up? What about this movie? Is entirely vibe aesthetic.
Dude.
It's kind of along that sort of neon soaked wave red blues of like a Nicholas Winding Refn or
Yeah.
a Gaspar Noé.
Yeah.
And Enter the Void was a big influence on this, he said, and also 2001 and A
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange,
Yeah, I can
right?
see it. Of course. Of
Yeah,
course. Dude, he does something in this that I fucking love. I love this scene.
the acid
When
trip.
the
That's the
the
best scene, right?
the
The
acid
acid
trip where
trip.
it's all overexposed
Yeah,
white. Oh, dude.
yeah,
That is so cool. And it's like practical because it hides
yeah.
the makeup. You can DH people.
No, but he said that he was inspired by this movie. I gotta show you. It's called Begotten. This is a movie that he was inspired by.
Shit, dude, we gotta watch that.
Yeah, dude.
That
He
looks
said this is
sick.
what he was for that scene. He was inspired by this. I'll put some shit up there. Maybe I don't know
Yeah.
if I want to do more editing. But yeah, he was inspired by that movie for that scene, and then also it's also inspired by Altered States by Paddy Chayefsky, directed by Ken Russell, which is like a trippy movie about a
Oh.
guy who takes acid
Mm-hmm.
and tries to communicate with dolphins, but then he goes into another like dimension and shit.
Oh shit, I wanna watch this.
Yeah, we gotta
I
see
wanna
that.
watch more
Dude.
Ken Russell, dude.
Yeah, we gotta watch more Ken Russell, but it was inspired by that, and also what I think of the story has more to say in the subtext rather than the like on the surface, because the guy who started the Aboria Institute, which was trying to be this new age radical way of therapy and getting rid of, has it sort of has this 1984 Brave New World thing where you can just take a pill or do this sort of therapy and you don't have to be sad anymore. And that was his enlightenment, his vision for this institute, where in the beginning of like in the 60s, whatever, when they started, but obviously it kind of lost its way.
Yeah.
Right? Which I feel like a lot of the people in the 1960s were trying to have this radical psychedelic overthrow, but then it kind of turned into like some of it got too radical. Like you
Some
have
of it, like, they're just burned out, dude.
the
They're just
Manson shit as
Yeah,
well, and that
exactly.
they kind of had like a bad rap for these sort of boomer guys, and then you have the guy, his successor, what's his name? What's his fucking name?
Let me look up this guy because this guy deserves a shout out, dude.
Alan Rickman. But they dip a baby in acid.
Yeah, dude. They fucking so that black pool there is just fucking acid, and this guy trips way too hard.
And his face is like melting upwards.
Yeah, that was sick, dude. That was so sick.
You see that in Mandy too.
This guy's name is Michael Rogers.
Yeah, I feel like he's only famous in this
Yeah,
movie.
dude, this guy's so good. Like, I like how when they dip the baby in acid, it's like implied she gets some kind of like psychic powers
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
they're fucking crazy. But this movie itself is crazy. I love the Institute and all like just how creepy it is and all the weird creepy things inside of it.
Yeah.
The baby fucking 7 foot tall baby thing
Yeah.
or whatever. That thing's so sick, and like this movie has so much going for it, and it's a shame that not a lot of people know of it. When I mention it to people, they're like, "What? I've never heard of that." Or,
Yeah.
you know,
but,
like, "Oh, I've never seen Mandy. I've heard of Mandy. I've never seen it." You know, it's like, dude, you should see all of these because I think most film fans would love Panos Cosmatos.
yeah, of course. I mean, Mandy is amazing. This film, I can see people either love it or hate it because I can see if people like wouldn't like this movie too.
Yeah.
Because it's very experimental art house. It has a Tarkovsky vibe to it as well.
It forces you to be patient. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's very slow. There's a plot, a very thin plot. It hits, but you got to read into it more. If you don't like that sort of psychedelic, like if you don't like a vibe movie, you're more of a story kind of person, you're probably not gonna fuck with this film.
Yeah.
Like a bitch.
Also, the music is killer in this. I like the music a lot.
Oh yeah. The music is sick. It's all a vibe.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
all
like
about.
an aesthetic film, an atmospheric sort of David Lynchian
Yeah,
atmosphere.
like you can tell he takes so much inspiration.
World building is amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
And I love the scenes where he's driving his car, dude.
Dude, yeah.
The acting is very, very subtle, low key, low energy, not a lot of emotion
Yeah.
acting, and sort of this retro futuristic George Lucas THX.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. I love the intro too, where he introduces the institute.
Oh, dude, that's like one of the best parts. It
Yeah.
gets you like going, dude. You know, you're like, what the fuck am I in for? Beyond the Black Rainbow. If you haven't seen it, give it a watch. Cause if you like these kind of horror movies, trippy aesthetic vibes, and just all around slashers, Panos Cosmatos is for you.
Yeah, and also this movie is inspired by him visiting this video store, and it had all these covers of horror films
Yeah.
in the year. And this movie takes place in 1983 because that was the first time he went to that place. And he said that he wasn't allowed to watch those movies, but he just imagined the movies based on like what he saw on the covers and shit like that. And that was kind of the inspiration for that.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick, dude. I love that.
Yeah. So, we've talked about Cobra before.
We did. We talked about Cobra.
It's like one of our first videos.
It might be. Yeah, it's like early on for sure. We love that movie though.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the Medium Cool Show. Peace out.